Hello, movie freaks, and welcome to today's show, where we're going to have a look at the upcoming, heavily anticipated film, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. New set pictures from the film have teased the arrival of some iconic costumes from the famous comics. So, what can you expect? Some of the latest leaks and more for you in today's episode, so stick around to find out. First, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 set photos reveal new comic-accurate costumes. The upcoming Marvel sequel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, is going to be looking to give fans something that they've been waiting for some time now. Classic Marvel costumes. The Guardians' new duds have debuted courtesy of some new revealed set images shared to social media by Twitter user The Hollywood Handle via Just Jared. The handful of images show Chris Pratt's Star-Lord and Karen Gillan's Nebula sporting the iconic uniforms that will be similar to those who have read the celebrated comic book run by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, as well as showing Star-Lord and his team in their new outfits. The set images also actually show us our first look at some of the supporting characters in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which seemingly confirms who the villain of the MCU outing is going to be, showing what appears to be human-animal hybrids wearing street clothes. The images likely confirm the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are indeed going to feature the High Evolutionary, a character known for his questionable scientific experiments. Not only does the sight of these hybrids heavily suggest that the High Evolutionary is going to be involved, but they also confirm that the plot of the Marvel threequel will tell the origin story of the beloved Guardians of the Galaxy member's Rocket Raccoon, who himself was a subject of the High Evolutionary's warped experiments. I'll just say Rocket's a big part of what's happening in the future, and a lot of this stuff, like the scars we're about to see on his back, sets up what I've been planning for Rocket all along, said director James Gunn back in 2020. Next, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 plot details accidentally revealed via set photos. Recent photos from the set of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 reveal plot clues about the latest installment of the Marvel series. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wrapped filming just this week. Few details about the film's story have been revealed, but as set photos have been released, eagle-eyed fans have been able to actually piece together information about what the MCU movie is going to be about. Just last week, there were set photos from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 of a humanoid, animal-like creature in an Earth or Earth-like setting. These photos hinted at the possibility that the MCU would be visiting Counter-Earth, and that the latest movie would have to feature the High Evolutionary. In the Marvel comics, the High Evolutionary is a human scientist who creates Counter-Earth, an alternate, pure version of Earth in which there are no superhumans. Thanos destroys the original Counter-Earth, and then a new version resurfaces. The new version of Counter-Earth is filled with new men, humanoid creatures also created by the High Evolutionary. These new men have human-like minds and capabilities. Because of the set photos from last week, fans have been theorizing about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and how it's going to involve Counter-Earth. Counter-Earth hasn't yet been explored in any of the MCU movies. These set photos provide overwhelming evidence that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will somehow feature Counter-Earth. Whether the movie is going to take place entirely on Counter-Earth, or if it's just going to be one of the several settings, remains to be seen. But since filming did just finish up, fans likely aren't going to be seeing any more set photos. They're probably going to have to wait till an actual official trailer is released to learn more details. However, now that it seems almost certain that the movie is going to feature Counter-Earth, more theorizing can be done about how this is going to affect what fans already know about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Up next, Chris Pratt explains Star-Lord differences in Guardians of the Galaxy and other MCU films. Chris Pratt breaks down the difference between how he approaches his performance as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy films versus other non-Guardians MCU movies. As part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy cinematic lineup, the actor has been playing Peter Quill / Star-Lord since James Gunn's first Guardians of the Galaxy film in 2014. Over time, he reprised the role in other Marvel Studios endeavors outside of the Cosmic Team's dedicated franchise, appearing in both Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Speaking with Gizmodo while promoting Jurassic World Dominion, Pratt breaks down how Quill is different in Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and it all boils down to Gunn's involvement. According to the actor, Gunn's Star-Lord is very specific because the actor is an extension of the filmmaker, so when the director isn't involved, he can be looser in his approach. So it's no secret that the Guardians of the Galaxy is extremely special to Gunn. With the characters having long been in Marvel Comics, it was the filmmaker's interpretation that turned an otherwise relatively obscure team of heroes into the household name that they are now. Moving on, James Gunn shares sweet Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wrap gifts. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 director James Gunn reveals the gifts that he received from the production crew after the film had wrapped. Gunn first joined the MCU with the Guardians of the Galaxy, a wildly popular superhero team origin story that is often regarded as one of his best films. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 saw a turbulent development and production schedule, partly due to Gunn's firing / rehiring by Disney in the pandemic. The MCU project hit a major milestone last week when Gunn revealed the film had officially finished production. The director made the announcement by sharing an image of the movie's slate for the final shot, which was an easy take of Rocket sitting down. Gunn has consistently kept fans in the loop regarding his projects, and that hasn't stopped even now that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is wrapped filming. In a recent post to Instagram, Gunn shared 10 images showcasing the cherished gifts that he received from several crew members after production wrapped on Guardians of the Galaxy Galaxy Volume 3. These gifts include a book of unseen stills from the Suicide Squad, and a pin of set dog named River dressed like Cosmo, a handmade knife, an engraved wooden tray, a whiskey glass etched with a cassette tape, and also 2 books, a hand-drawn portrait, a personalized t-shirt featuring cereal brand Freakies, and a custom t-shirt from the grip department. Regardless of the lack of new details the gifts provide, they show that Gunn has truly cherished his experience with the cast and crew in his final outing in the MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy has been a huge part of Gunn's career, so it's only natural that he is emotional about production coming to a close. The director is likely going to continue to keep fans in the loop as the film enters post-production, but future posts likely won't reveal much more than these images do. Even with the limited amount of information based on the cast and crew's reaction so far, it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is shaping up to be a touching conclusion to the plucky group of heroes. Next, James Gunn reveals the last thing he did for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Director James Gunn has revealed the last thing that he filmed for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. After these delays, it was particularly exciting to hear that filming officially began in November 2021. Now, the cast and crew has confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has wrapped filming as well. Plot details have been kept strictly under wraps, but it was revealed that Will Poulter will appear in the film as Adam Warlock. It's suspected that his character is going to be more villainous in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 than his comic book counterpart, and is going to be seeking revenge on the Guardians. Gunn took to Twitter to reveal the very last thing that he filmed for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. In the post, he shared a picture of the slate that his camera crew made for him on the final day of filming. He indicated that the final thing he filmed was a simple shot of Rocket seated. He appears with Sean Gunn, and then in the next shot, nothing is there. Gunn also revealed that he's almost sobbing as he filmed the scene, as Guardians of the Galaxy 3 marks his last project with the Guardians. Finally, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to wrap up this era of the franchise. Introducing the intergalactic mismatched team of heroes back in 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to wrap up this era of the franchise. It is expected to be the last outing for this iteration of the titular team. With this in mind, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is likely to be an emotional MCU adventure for both audience and cast, with returning star Zoe Saldana describing the movie as melancholy and bittersweet. Written and directed by James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 stars an ensemble cast featuring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Karen Gillan, Palm Clementieff, and Sean Gunn, each of whom reprise their roles from prior MCU installments. The sequel will introduce several new characters, including Will Poulter as Adam Warlock, an artificial being created by the Sovereign to destroy the Guardians as revenge, and Chukwudi Iwuji, who is expected to be portraying the High Evolutionary. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, so be sure to follow the channel for more news from the world of movies. And until next time, cheers.